Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, y'all kept me busy through the holiday. Most of you know I'm a one-man show, so I do everything. Basically from designing this on a computer to machining to assembly to package, everything, all of that. And handle the orders and build them and everything. So it was busy, but I'm back. I know the Blackbird is already on the market and there's no video for it, so here it is. Most of you who already own it know it's pretty simple. There's not much to really discuss. The magnetic system, if you're new to this, it's basically two magnets in the bottom that work as a spring to the center magnet that's in this little red slider. And what makes this move back and forth between these two magnets is one that rotates in the cam. And they're all basically rejecting each other. They're not attracted to each other like, most magnets are. We flip them around so they're basically pushing away from each other, and it gives us a really nice springy motion in here. To adjust your cartridge, you don't twist the machine. Once you wrap it up and stuff, your adjuster is right up here. Little thumb screw. Basically, you can turn it, and you'll see that this red part push up, go this way, and you can see the red part come back in. You can take all this out for cleaning it. I'll show you that in a minute. You can see that nothing touches. Everything's basically, this slider's free floating on two bars, two steel rails. And that's what gives us our full give. Meaning I can basically hold this while the motor's running and it doesn't harm the motor or anything. And then when I let go, it goes right back into play, just like a coil would if you were to hold it, while it's running. To make the stroke larger, you're just going to raise your voltage up. And to lower your stroke, just lower the voltage. You're able to touch basically the slider so you can feel what the machine's actually doing. And that's pretty basic. I mean, it's just plug and play. The cartridges, if you look at the design of the machine, you'll notice there's like this little centerpiece that just basically says this is the top. Your cartridges, when you go to turn and lock, they don't lock like most machines do. And the reason why that is the other machines, they're not really locking. When you put it in, you're twisting it till you can't twist anymore. And this whole grip is basically designed to where you can't tell where the front is. And so when you're twisting it, it doesn't matter where it lines up. This one has kind of engraved finger areas, real comfortable. So we didn't want to have to twist it. It's all one frame. Putting this in the back is good. But what that does allow us is that you can easily just twist it right out too. As long as it's in the center, all the way down, the cartridge won't come out. So you can put it in basically even this way, left-handed. It doesn't matter. You can spin it. As long as you land it in the center, it's not going nowhere. If you want to take it out, be careful when it comes towards the end, because this little thumb screw here is just basically staying in because it has a threaded rod going through it. But once we undo that, you can pull this out. And you can pull this out. And this spring here is just a tension spring. It's loose, so be careful it doesn't go flying off. But you can literally either just dunk this in a cup of Maticide, or you can clean it, spray it, do whatever you want, let it dry. You can clean up inside here. Just a big open cavity sealed up in there. You can wipe in there with Q-tips or whatever with Maticide. When you go to put it back in, make sure your spring is in there. You might notice your bar is not perfectly straight. It has a little bit of a curve to it, and that's just for keeping the vibration out of everything. normal. Don't think yours is bent. When you go to put this back in, you can see that little lip. One side has it, one side doesn't. The little lip is going to be on this side where the RCA is. You just kind of gently push up until you can feel it catch, and then just turn it, and then you're good to go. And that's it. It's a pretty simple machine. It's awesome. It runs just like a coil, if not better. Doesn't hit the motor. The whip hit with this system is amazing. Like a coil. When you just, the lighter you hit the skin with it, that means you're getting a full stroke. And the harder you push on the skin, it kind of, slows the stroke down. But that whip hit, when you're just barely grazing with the liner, it just goes in like butter. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I went over everything there is. It's not much. Like I said, it's a pretty simple machine. Those two bars I was saying, you can see how you can kind of push this with your fingers. You can see the bars. If and now and then, ever so often, you want to put a tiny, and I mean like tiny, half a drop right there, so it soaks into between the bar and the little, I can't get the light to hit it just right, but there's a little black bearing in there, slider bearing. Tiny bit. You don't want a whole lot, just a barely little bit that's just gonna seep up in between the bar and that slider bearing. If you put a shitload in there, it can get all up in here, and you don't want that. And you don't need to do that very often, just like you would on another machine like the old Bishops that had slider bars and stuff in them. You can use a sewing machine oil. The thicker the oil, the better. The thinner the oil, the more it's gonna want to go everywhere. Now I think I covered it all. Appreciate all the business, guys. Thank you.